Hey everybody, I want to take just a minute today to share with you about the one thing that you really need to watch out for as you may be spending a whole lot more time at home. We're living in a time where there's a stay-at-home order, and if you're not considered essential, you have found yourself working at home. If you have kids, you have found your kids being at home all the time. And so there's one thing that I do want you to be aware of. But first, how many of you stopped to watch this video because of this guy right here? Let me introduce Gus to you. Gus, you want to say hi? Gus says hi. Actually, his name's not Gus. I just made that up. But a few years ago, Aaron and I were walking through a store and we saw this painting, and there was something about it that just distracted us from what we were there to buy, and we just had to buy this painting. Not to mention, it was about 90% off. And this guy also reminded us of a dog that we used to have named Hudson. We had a little pug that was our family pet for about 7 or 8 years. And so we bought this guy, and he's been hanging out with us ever since then. But isn't it true that it's so easy to be distracted? It's so easy to be distracted. It's like when we need to focus on work, we're distracted by Facebook. When we're on social media, we're distracted by something else. It's like there are distractions all around us. And Paul actually gives us a warning. This is found in 1 Thessalonians, and the Bible is full of instructions and warnings. And this particular warning I find really interesting because here's what he says. 1 Thessalonians 5, I believe it's verse 14, he says, warn those who are idle. Warn those who are idle, not I-D-O-L, like the idols that we worship, but I-D-L-E. Another word for this is laziness. It's basically sitting in a spot. Think of your car when it is on idle. It's not doing anything, okay? It's running, right? The engine is running, but you're not moving forward. You're just sitting in one place. Look, here's what we all need to watch out for. I need to watch out for this. You need to watch out for this. Your neighbors, your friends, we all need to watch out during this time specifically, the temptation to be idle. The temptation to kind of sit still, to check out, to turn on Netflix for 10 hours a day. Now look, I'm not saying that we shouldn't have entertainment. I'm not saying we shouldn't watch Netflix or get on social media, but we've got to be careful. Here's the key. We've got to be careful not to pick up bad habits that are going to stick with us long after coronavirus is a thing, right? And in fact, I believe this is a great opportunity for us to start picking up some good habits. And even better than good habits, some healthy habits. Man, one thing that I've enjoyed watching is all the people that have been outdoors here lately. It seems like about every minute I can look out on the front yard and into the street and see families walking, couples walking together, kids walking dogs. I mean, it's been an incredible thing to watch. Man, that is a new healthy habit that you could start as a family, and it doesn't have to end after coronavirus, all right? Let that be a healthy habit. Or here's a healthy habit. A healthy spiritual habit is spending alone time with God. Spending alone time with God. You could do that through spending time in His Word. And look, you're probably reading all kinds of articles, you're reading all kinds of things, but don't forget the source of peace and hope is found in the Word of God. So spend time with God through reading His Word. Spend time with God in the habit of prayer. The healthy habit of prayer. It's communicating with God. It's communing with God through our words. And maybe you do pray, but let me encourage you not just to wake up with a quick prayer or go to sleep with a quick prayer. Why not write down your prayers? See, there's something that happens when you actually record your prayers. You can go back and read those prayers and see what God was doing in your life last month or last year or 5 years ago. But it also blesses you to go back and read those prayers and see how God has answered those prayers in your life. So that's a great habit to start. Hey, listen, if your family did not eat together around the dinner table, man, it's a great opportunity to start the habit of eating together as a family. Look, that doesn't have to stop. There's actual studies that have shown that families that eat together stay together, because when you're eating together, here's what's going on. You're having conversations with one another. You're checking up with one another about what happened that day. You're hearing maybe something bad that happened that day, and also you're just laughing together. Maybe your child or your husband or your wife says something that's really funny, and so you're making memories together as a family. That is a great habit to start. But listen, like Paul warns us, do not be idle. Do not be idle. Now look, there's a difference between idleness and rest. Rest is intentional. Rest is saying, I'm going to turn everything off and I'm going to break away and I'm going to have alone time to rejuvenate myself. I'm going to have alone time with God. But idleness is just being distracted by everything. It's being lazy. It's being unproductive. It's picking up bad habits like sleeping in late or checking out of the world and just disengaging. In fact, there's a proverb that says something about idleness. It says that the devil uses our idle hands for his work. Okay, so look, I just wanted to encourage you today to watch out for the bad habits that you might be picking up during this time. It's so hard to break habits. It's much easier to stop them before they even start. And I want to encourage you to start some good habits and make those habits last even beyond this whole stay-at-home order and things like that. So anyway, hey, Gus and I say thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later. Bye.